welcome back to the channel and welcome back to episode 17 of my sub setup series. In this series, in case you've never seen it before, basically you guys send me your drift setups, I showcase them here on the channel, and then what I do is I put them head to head against one another and see how well they do on the Dragon Trail drift trial. In this episode, it is the turn of Rod-Jamessikokis. I think I'm saying that correctly, but I think from now on, I'm just going to call you Rod James because it will be a lot easier. But yeah, he has sent over this build for the Toyota Supra. It's a car that we all know and love. I'm sure any of you guys out there that have been drifting for a little while will have used this. In fact, even if you're new to the game, this is probably one of the first cars you will ever try and use. But unlike what I have done with this car in setups that I've previously done for the channel, he has gone for an all-out power build, opting to put as much power as possible through this car, which is something I never chose to do. My setups for you guys are always about ease of use. I want to make it as accessible as I can for absolutely everyone, so that everyone can enjoy the different cars that I do put these setups out for. But with this build, Rod James has managed to tame the wild beast, and although there is all that power going through, there is quite an easy build to use. Maybe not for some of you guys, you may struggle with it to start with, but honestly, persevere with this. You've got all the power you could ever need for any portion of track within the game. The one thing that I will say though is that you do need to be very careful with your throttle control. With all that power under your right foot, it's very easy to spin this car out. I found for the most part you don't even hear the turbo spooling up because you are using the low rev range for a lot of the corners, obviously some of the longer stuff, and when you're coming out of those turns you're going to hear that spooling up, you're going to get all that power, and that's where this build works really well. It does mean you can get from one corner to another completely sideways in areas that you may struggle with other cars. Just like every other single build you guys have sent over to me so far, I'm blown away with this and just how well Rod James has managed to control that power. Every part of the setup is well thought out and it really has come together to make a usable car, albeit quite a wild one at times. Also, the livery you are seeing on the car has been sent over to me by Rod James as well. Now, if you guys do want the exposed 2JZ look, you can get it for yourself. All you need to do is type in the search tags that he's provided, which is 2JZ, Supra and engine, and you should find it. You just need to roll back through the dates all the way to May and you'll see it in there. So anyway, getting back to the all-important bit, the bit that all you guys that send stuff down to me are really interested to see, and that's to see just how well Rod James does with this Supra against you guys at the Dragon Trail drift trial. As time has gone by, the leaderboard has been getting tighter and tighter at the top, with .cfg still in first place with a mammoth score of 11,133 with the Audi R8. So, as you can imagine, it is a huge ask for anyone to start beating these top scores. Certainly the top three there, all in the 11,000 range, are going to be really tough to beat. But with all this power, there's a good chance that this Supra could be the one to step into the #1 shoes. But we'll have to find out in just a second. As always, I'm just going to quickly go through the rules here in case you've never caught one of these videos before. Basically, I use each of these builds that you send down to me to record the video. I get familiar with the car over that period of time. Once I feel comfortable with it, I enter into this competition. Now for this, it's quite simple. I have 5 minutes to set the highest score I possibly can. I can have as many runs as I possibly want within that time limit, but as soon as that 5 minutes is up, whatever is the highest score is the one that's recorded. So hopefully that gets you all up to speed if you weren't aware of the rules previously, and as always, once I've shown you this best scoring run that I've got, I will take you over to the setup that Rod James sent over to me. So if you fancy trying this one out for yourself, you are very welcome to. All I ever ask is that you please use the comment section down below to let Rod James know exactly what you think of the build. But that's enough of that. Let's get straight over to this best scoring run. I'm going to shut up so you can see how it went. So there we go, across the line with a score of 10,854, which puts you in the top 10. Not quite enough to get up to that top 3 spot and take a podium. However, if I were you, I'd still be very happy with that score. The one thing I will say about using this Supra for this challenge though was that it was super consistent between all of the runs, including the first one I did with this car. Within that 5 minutes, there was only 200 points separating any of the scores that I actually got, which is pretty impressive considering a lot of these tend to be sort of one lucky run that you actually get that gets that high score. So like I say, if you want to give this one a go, it is super consistent. You just need to be really gentle with that throttle, but I think you guys will have a load of fun with it. As I mentioned before, what I will do now is just take you over to the setup that Rod actually sent directly to me so that you guys can copy this down and give it a go if you want to try it. Okay, so this is what I actually received here. So like I said before, the power level here, you want to be taking as high as you possibly can. So max out the level here all the way up to level 5 and take it to 277%, and that's going to leave you a huge 903 brake horsepower. With a weight reduction, you don't actually need to level this up at all, so no need to spend any mileage points. Just leave that as the standard amount, so 100% there, or 1,510 kilograms. Traction control, Rod's got set to 0 here, and he's gone for comfort hard tyres both front and rear. The brake balance is left at 0, and the ride height you just want to be dropping all the way down to the bottom, so 90 and 90. Natural frequency is set to 2.2 and 2.2. And the anti-roll bar here has been changed to 6 and 6. The compression and rebound remain the same as far as I'm aware at 60, 60 and 90 and 90. And the camber angle on the front you want to be setting to 2.5 and 1 on the rear. Toe angle on the front is set out 0.45 and in 0.15 on the rear. The downforce you can't adjust, so just leave that well alone. With a differential, you want to be setting that to fully customized, and he's gone for the maximum settings for the initial torque though, so 60. The same with the acceleration sensitivity, and then the braking sensitivity remains the same at 20. Transmission, he's gone fully customized here. You want to be setting the max speed to 168 miles per hour, and you will need to be adjusting all of these gears as well. So I'll leave those on screen now so you guys can copy them down and give this a go. Hopefully you guys enjoy this setup as much as Rod James is clearly enjoying it. I've personally had a load of fun with it, and I'd love to hear your comments, like I said before, down in the comment section, just so Rod can get an idea of exactly what you guys think of his build. I just want to personally say a thank you to you, Rod James, for taking your time to send this setup over to me. Obviously, this series wouldn't work without your guys' input, and I always appreciate the stuff you send over to me. Be sure to like the video if you've enjoyed what you've seen today, and also don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I actually upload a video. Thanks to every one of you for coming and checking out this video today. I really do appreciate the support. Thanks for coming by, and I'll see you on the next one.